apply for this job. So what we do is that we help to provide services like resume revamp, the trainings like this, career coaching, interview prep, LinkedIn management, LinkedIn optimization to help to ensure that we empower job seekers with the right tools for them to be able to apply for the jobs on the platform. And today I'll be taking you through the overview, everything you need to know about landing your dream job as a virtual assistant this year. So I'm sure like you already know what the major stance is. I don't need to tell you guys what your job is, right? So, but I'm going to be telling you guys a secret about virtual assistant, also how to land opportunities without even applying for a job. And that's what I call inboard job strategy. Basically, jobs coming to you without you even doing anything at all. But first, let's go to the basics. And the basics is um now that I have identified my skill set, I want to be a virtual assistant. What kind of virtual assistant do I want to be? And I'm sure everyone has their whys. I don't care. Let us make it very interactive. Let me ask someone why they want to be a virtual assistant. So I'm going to be going with Kemi. Why do you want to be a virtual assistant?
Good evening, Mary. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for the question. Well, I want to be a virtual assistant because I want to help growing businesses. I want to help CEOs and leaders. I want to help them do better, right?
Okay, I saw my phone. Sorry, I'm just saying. Hi, Kemi. I'm so sorry for interrupting. Okay,
Okay. Can I continue?
yeah, I can continue.
Yes. So actually, I want to be a virtual assistant because I want to have a one-on-one interaction with leaders and CEOs to be able to learn from them, but most importantly, to also be able to help them and add value to their businesses, and also to
So is that for me? Okay.
I think it's from R. We can't
Okay.
hear you again for me.
Okay. While she's coming up, let's can someone can
have
demo
a
from
good
okay.
remote and a high-paying skill.
Okay, yes, we can hear you now.
Sorry, I call came in. Yes, so I was saying that yes, I would love to be a virtual assistant because okay, first of all, I
Okay, so Kemi, you can I think when you're done with the call, you can join us. Those sort of time. Let demo who else wants to, speak on why they want to be a virtual assistant? I want to get something. I want to tell you why this question is very important. So can someone else, unmute their mic and let us know why they want to be a virtual assistant or why they choose being a virtual assistant?
Okay, yeah. Why I want to be a virtual assistant is because of remote work opportunities. Like I can practically work with several companies while I'm in one particular place. You get so I don't have to always resume at on-site. Then also having access to global clients, that is people that work with across the globe.
Okay.
And yeah, and it's cost effective, like it's low cost. I don't have to always transport myself here and there and the rest. And it has a
Okay.
one
Okay.
schedule and also gives me a diverse skill set, having being available, working with other companies. So basically, I have a diverse skill set. And man, the pay is good. Honestly, the pay is good compared to a lot of local jobs. Get so that's one of the reasons. Some of the reasons I would love to work as a virtual assistant.
Okay. Thank you so much. Good luck. Who wants to go next? Does anyone want to go next? Like, I really want us to like talk because I want you guys to understand something. And if you guys don't say, like, basically, I be interactive, you won't basically understand or get the importance of this message I'm going to pass like in a few minutes. So who wants to like go next and tell us why they want to be a virtual assistant or what their why is? No one wants to go. No one wants to talk. Okay. So we won't be going back to this question, right? So it's only Good Luck and Felkemi that I'll be treating their whys. I mean that nobody can take their whys, oh, since they don't want to talk. Okay. So Good Luck and Felkemi. The reason why I asked you that question is because I'm trying to see something on what you would say, and I was basically right. So your whys are basically, in quotes, selfish whys. And you know, where that's what kind of wise is when you eventually get into the field and you find out, okay, the pay wasn't that you actually expect. Probably your first pay wasn't that good, or probably the lower workload is much. You would stop. You'll be like, okay, this wasn't what I invested in mind. Oh, this wasn't the story they told us about virtual assistant. And then you stop, and then you probably go paying for another double course to learn something else. Now, let me tell you what a why is. A why is your philosophy and what will keep you moving and what will make people pay for the actual value. So that the people look at your why is the perceived value, and because of that, your why, they want to pay for the actual value. Let me give you an example. If you ask me, oh Mary, what is your why? Why did you build Inclusive Remote? Why did you spend your investor allowance to build a company when you were in school, so probably playing around or having fun when you were in university? Why is it that people pay for your subscription? What makes you special? And here's my why. My why is that I built into remote because I didn't want anyone to be like me. I job searched for tweets for over 22 months, getting constant rejection because I was a Nigerian in the remote workforce. I was a non-tech. I didn't learn any. I was basically HR. I didn't want to be a engineer or a designer. So I was basically on depth on HR. Back then in 2020, people were telling me, Marista, go and learn a tech skill if you want to get a remote job. But I was like, no, I can too. I can also flourish in this field. And well, tell the truth, guys, I got rejections, backbones, constant. But on a particular day, on a Sunday, I got 7 rejections straight. And a particular rejection told me that, oh, they can't hire me because I'm in Nigeria and they want to hire local candidates. The most funny part about that job was that they said remote worldwide. But eventually, when I reached the last stage, the offer stage, they withdrew and rescinded my offer because I was a Nigerian. And then I thought, okay, this problem, I'm not the one that's facing this problem. A lot of people like me, Nigerians who are talented, who don't want to learn tech skills, right? Even those in tech also have the same issue. So I said, okay, why don't I build a platform that can connect people, where people can see the right jobs, they can apply for the right most opportunities without feeling rejected or without going through the 3 stages I went through: writing a tax, doing unpaid projects, doing 3 interviews, and then last stage hearing a no. That broke me. I was depressed for 2 weeks. Let me tell you guys, I kept crying. In fact, I had nightmares, and I know that this has happened to a lot of people. Most people are even breadwinners. Sometimes they don't even know how to work and then they have mouths to feed. Luckily for me, I was still under my parents' rule. So I didn't really get affected. So I knew, okay, what let I create a platform that helps people to see the right opportunities, companies that actually hire globally and also hire Nigerians and Africans. And that's why I basically remote. Now, if you hear my why, won't you sound, you sound that, okay, you feel like this person is creating value. Now, if I'm a virtual assistant and I want to sell my why to people, here's what I will say. My why is that I want to help busy owners save back their time. I'm someone that is a big lover of women-owned business. I believe that women are being so am I saying underrepresented in the entrepreneurial workforce, and that because women have family to take care of, and most women have big dreams, big companies, but they don't have the time to take care or to build their businesses. As a virtual assistant, my aim is to help busy women owners to regain back that time and improve on their processes, giving them back that time, value, and growth. Also in turn, the best or high probably income or high profits. Now, if I put down my why on a platform, or probably say my why on LinkedIn or on Twitter or on Upwork, any female entrepreneur, probably a mother who probably just started her business, who is feeling overwhelmed, come across that my profile, will feel like she has met someone that understands her and she's going to hire me because she feels like I understand her struggles and I can help her with her struggles. So without me even talking that, this is my skill, she can already tell that this person has a passion, this person has value, and this value is what I want. And I'm willing to pay XYZ amount for that value. Another most times, you wonder why virtual assistants collect one K dollars for like a 2 minute job and others are scrambling with 50K. And that because the value is different. People value are different. And if you don't up your value, then whatever price they're calling, they won't want to pay for it because they can't see the value behind that outrageous price that you're calling. So it's important for you to know your why. That's why I asked you guys first what your why was. So I want to see your passion, what value you're trying to sell to me, because your why is your value. Your why is your selling point, what they call USP. So if you don't get your why straight, then trust me, you might not be able to bargain for like Goodluck said, the right amount of dollars you want to earn by being a virtual assistant. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, I hope you guys learned something from that. So that can also be a way you can also, tweak your LinkedIn headline and that's it also. Now let's go to the next step. So now that you have known your why, right? You know that my why, you guys just take my why, this is my personal why. My why is that I want to help busy female entrepreneurs regain back their time, back value, and convert their content into revenue as well as build processes. Now, what I'm going to do next is that I don't want to be on Upwork. Okay, I don't. Okay, I'll be on Upwork, right? But I don't want to rely on Upwork. That's the word. I don't want to rely on job boards. I don't want to rely on LinkedIn. How can I be in my house and people are messaging me, begging me that Mary Esther, please work with me. What is your rate? I need you. My life is in shambles. I need someone like you that is smart, that have the process, that can tell me what to do. Now, this is what I'm going to do. Now, I know my why. I put my why everywhere. And everywhere I mean like all my social media platform, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, because you don't know where your customer will come from, or you don't know where your life-changing clients will come. That come from anywhere. Now, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to be what I call strategic with my content. And this is what I do you can follow me everywhere. You notice that on Twitter, I'm very free on Twitter, but I always talk about my business. On LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, that's because, like I said, you don't know where your life-changing audience or your life-changing client is going to come from. So now what I'm going to do is that every once in a while, I'm going to be dropping nuggets. One of my nuggets is that I'm going to put my content into 3 buckets because obviously I want to, make friends on social media, but I don't want to really use out the purpose that. So does someone say anything? Okay, so I don't want to lose
Please,
out.
you can carry on.
Okay, I don't want to lose out on the purpose that I want because my aim is that in the next 2 months or in the next 1 month or 4 weeks, I want to get a $2,000 paying client. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my content into 3 buckets. People call it conversion content, community content, and growth building content, but I call it content for me, content for impact, and content for value because that's a very simple way to understand your content. Now, content for me, this is my personal life. What I'll do is that, okay, I might probably have an Instagram account. I can post my picture. I can say, okay, I'll post picture, I'll post tweets, like all these quotes section, and then I'll just post like a reels. Then on LinkedIn, I'll post 3 times in a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or probably Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, which are one of the best times to post. You can post anytime rather. So what I'll do is that, and then on Twitter, I'll just be tweeting. So probably my content be like content for me is like my personal life. Basically things about me that I want people to see or want people to know because obviously people cannot know it about me. I want them to feel like they know me and they can trust me. So I'll be giving them bits and crumbles of what I want them to know. Something like why I left law to be a virtual assistant. Now that kind of topic, anybody will like, what kind of person is this? Why would you leave a promising course like law to be virtual assistant? So then they want to listen to what you say next. People cannot say, oh, cannot probably write like a long tweet or a long trailer, probably a long content or long form on LinkedIn explaining why you left law to be a virtual assistant. Probably on Instagram, you can post your picture and then the caption write about it. Now anyone will be like, this person left law because she wanted to work with clients around the world. She went to earn in dollars. That's a very good thing. And now you have also inspired other people, other students, or other people who have been feeling like they want to enter into VA, but they're scared because trust me, people are scared to transition careers. You feel like it is like an enchanted waters. And probably if they enter, they might not, do well. So they rather stay stuck where they are. So hearing you now talk about how you left law to being a virtual assistant, they are impressed, they're inspired because they feel like you're a risk taker, you are bold, you are brave. They want to follow you. And let me tell you, three people are going to follow you. First person that will follow you are people that they find you interesting. Second, people that they are curious about how or where you land. And third, these people are your greatest fans. They are called your haters. They want to know how when you fail or when you make another post saying you regretted joining this or probably you regretted being a virtual assistant from being a lawyer. Now, like I said, that third person is your greatest fan because trust me, they'll always be liking your post. They'll always be following you. They'll be the first person to see your post because they want to know what you say next, or probably if you have gotten a rejection for the 100th time, probably if you have changed your mind, and then they'll be like, I knew it. This person will not last. Why? Imagine how can she leave law? Now that's what I'm waiting for. So now I have done content for me. My next bracket will be content for value. So no, okay. Content for value are posts like case studies, reviews, testimonials, future goals. Now my content for value can be since I'm looking for a job in VA, I'll be like, come with me or I'll say count down to 30 days of getting hired as a virtual assistant. So today I did this. Today I'm trying to pretend that I work for, probably you can mention anybody that you like, any CEO or any big, let's who is famous now that I like, I want to use. Moadu. Oh, I love Moadu because she's, I think, the owner of Ebony Life. So now I'm like, okay, count down to 30 days of being hired as Moadu's personal virtual assistant. Like I'm not talking like Moadu is a serial business entrepreneur who has inspired women. She's the owner of Ebony Life and has made amazing movies. Currently, she is, going to the UK. Now, this is how I will help her as a virtual assistant to streamline her processes now that she's building a new branch in UK. You see, now my God, like, please, you guys should tag Moadu. Now, Moadu comes across your post and she's like, how did this girl know that I'm building a new branch in UK? And she will talk about how she can help me make my processes here in Lagos easier. Firstly, she might not want to respond, or she might not want to, engage with you right on the track. But trust me, you have been made familiar. She has marked your face. Now, obviously, you won't just stop there because just one try might not easily get you the job. It might, but sometimes it might not get you the job. So you try again in next week. But let us leave that. Now, the third bracket is content for impact. These are contents it's called community building because this building, like, you want to educate other people. You want to show people that, okay, you are learning and also you are sharing. Because people love sharers, right? People love people that they can, get things from, they can get resources for free. So now you are sharing bits of free things. But like I said, you are being strategic. You are giving them the breadcrumbs. So things like, now what I'm doing now, I'm not saying I'm giving guys the breadcrumbs. So no. I'm just saying that what I'm doing now is sharing. But obviously, what I would do for a client that pays me is like more than what I'm doing right here, right? But like I said, it's not breadcrumbs, guys. It's also basically sharing. Now, I'm sharing things like, okay, five tools every virtual assistant needs. Oh, hi guys, I just completed my VA course at this community, and I'll be helping other VA people who want to enter into VA, giving them some tips on what I learned. So yeah, and day two, here are 5 tools that I researched online that every VA should use or every VA should know. and I mentioned it too. 1, 2, 3, 4. I post on Twitter. I post on LinkedIn. People will connect. People will save. People will like it because that content is educative. That content is what any aspiring VA needs. Even probably a business owner needs. Now that content will build you following. It might also get you, a potential client because they see you as someone as the thought leader. Now, when you do this kind of content for, like, let's say 60 days, or 60 days or 90 days, within those days, you would get a client because not only are you sharing to people, you are also basically giving out case studies, perceived value of what you would do if someone would hire you as a VA. And if probably next week again, you make a post, oh, day 2 of being a future Moadu's virtual assistant. Okay, now what it basically means that you are a big fan of Moadu and you have researched about her. Then I say, okay, the recent film, Baby Farm, right? Here's how I would help Moadu as a virtual assistant, advertise the film, or here's what I would do if she was going to make a new film or a new movie. I'll ensure that I research on good playwrights or good playwrights or good script writers that can make scripts that aligns with Moadu's vision. Secondly, I will ensure that I send out mails to team members so they can be aligned and they can make sure that projects are being delivered on time and in budget. So thirdly, I will ensure that this. Fourthly, I'll keep Moadu reminded on all her meetings, knowing that right now she's being overwhelmed by building a new branch in UK, and because of the time lapses and the time zone, she might forget about certain meetings. I will ensure that I always keep her in loop, and whenever a meeting arises, 30 minutes or 20 minutes before, so that she can prepare for the meeting. Now we have done this again for the second time. Adding Moadu. And Moadu, like a person, like, why is this person? Oh my God. Now, like I said, Moadu will not like your post. And let me tell you what about LinkedIn or about Twitter, or let's say yes, LinkedIn and Twitter. Is that if a famous person, like let's say Moadu, or who else again would like this that I like again? Those Moadu. I'm not really guessing any name, but let's say Moadu, anybody else, right, that you likes your post, their audience sees your post. And if you are probably like if you probably act like a big person like Moadu, probably like the owner of Paystack, let's say we're Paystack, Shola now. Shola audience is filled with aspiring tech founders who have money, right? Who have businesses. And if Shola would basically like your post, his audience of startup founders who have money will see your post like, this person is really trying to woo or trying to get Shola to hire him. Why don't I steal these talents? Paystack already has a lot of great talents. In fact, let me just message this girl and I like her. And then they message you. And probably someone else message you. Probably in that post, just by him liking or him just saying, oh, thank you, you get about 5 clients that have already seen you as a potential VA for themselves because you have shown them what you can do for Shola, and they want you to do what they have seen for Shola for you to do that for them. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, that's how it works. So what I've just taught you right now is what they call psychological process on job application. Now, all this way, if you know, I didn't mention anything about job, going to this job or this job. No. What I've just mentioned now is what I call personal brand building. So now I'm giving you guys the practical step on building your personal brand. Now let's go to how to look for jobs online. But before I do that, I think I still have, I have some minutes. Do you guys have any questions about this particular segment? Okay, no questions. Okay, thank you guys. Let's move on to the next segment, how to apply for remote jobs. Now, when applying for remote jobs, there are platforms that you should use and there are things that you should know. I don't know if the community gave you guys the information. Should I do that, or have you guys given them the information about the promo?
Not yet. We're planning to announce it in this meeting.
Okay, so let me not go there. So looking for the right job boards to apply for jobs. So I told you guys that most job boards, right? You might see remote, but let me tell you the truth. The remote is not for you as a Nigerian, because the remote is for them, their users, or I'll say their target markets, who are US, Europe. Because the truth is that remote work didn't start in 2020. Remote work started in 2001, basically. So like long before, and people that have been working remotely have been people in the US, people in Europe, people in, like, these are the regions, Europe and US, Canada. It was not until 2010 that people now knew that, okay, you can work remotely, you can be a writer from Nigeria and be earning in pounds or US from a company in XYZ. This is real. So people like, so most countries still get to know about it from 2010, 2012. Sorry, and then now most people now, and then it was basically just writing and said. Now in 2020, the roles has evolved. Anybody can now get a remote job, marketing, HR, except medicine. Oh. Like, you can't get nobody can hire you a doctor that is working remote. So tech, finance, yeah, accounting, you can do remote work accounting, sales, marketing, operations, project, program, social impact, name it, except markets, except medicine and nursing. Yes, but you can be a therapist, you can also be a medical writer remotely. So now, now all careers have turned remote, and that has made, it's been a I would say evolution. That's not the future of work. Now, there have been job boards that have been there. I think you guys know the job board. There's We Work Remotely, there's remote, there's flex jobs, there is just remote. Now, I want to ask another question. Please, you guys should please answer me. Who have gotten a remote job from these platforms before? You can meet your mic and let me know. Why is no one talking? You guys should
I
talk. Oh.
haven't. Maybe because nobody have actually gotten remote work from those job boards.
Okay.
So maybe you might want to like ask them to
Okay.
respond if they haven't gotten jobs from the job boards.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so that's, and I want to ask you why you haven't, but I think I already got the answer, because I too did not get from those job boards. And that, like I said before, that because the market that they were built for are the US market and the Europe market. That most times you see jobs that say remote US, remote Europe, remote, whatever you now read, that's okay, you must be authorized to work in the United States. I'm sure we've all like, seen those kind of jobs. And then most times we might not know what that means, and they might say, yes, we are authorized, and they might get to the interview process and like, oh, your resume says Nigeria, we can't fire this job. And then you have wasted 4 weeks of interview, unpaid tax project, only to get to the final stage and they didn't offer you the job. Now, with inclusive remote, which the community with sharing letter is a remote job board, like I mentioned before, that promotes and lists only worldwide jobs, jobs that actually hire Nigerians, and we have like several virtual assistant jobs. Well, and I want to give you guys a way to know if a job hires from Nigeria or hires from Africa. Now, if you come across a job that say remote in the United States, that means that they're only hiring candidates that live and work in United States. Now, they might not tell you that, oh, what is your country, or are you able to work here? Most times they might, but things that there's employment laws. Asking those questions are seen as illegal questions. So what they'll say is, are you authorized to work in the United States? So if you say no, and then you can see that in bracket, they might say, oh, we want clients that reside in EST or PST or MST time zone. So meaning that that job, don't even bother applying. Even if the salary looks so good, looks so enticing, don't apply. Because worst case it was, there's also like, oh, something will happen. Oh, they can favor me. Yeah, though they might favor you, might enter the last stage, but the final stage, they won't hire. And in future, it's not their fault, right? It's like the compliance, the taxes, the process that they need to follow. Most companies just want, to hire local candidate. That's candidate that live in their country because of it's less. There's less issues when it comes to employment laws and taxes. They just is less. They can easily, take out taxes and then pay them. But working remotely, most companies don't want to go to the stress of getting an EOR. EOR companies means like employer for record, and companies like Remote, Deal, or Start, they do EOR where they help remote companies hire candidates from around the world. So companies don't want to pay this EOR probably $5,000 for them to do that because it means that they're paying money, they want to save money. So they rather just hire from their own region. Now, if you see jobs like remote Europe, don't apply because the jobs are those for those that live in Spain, Germany, France. Even if it looks enticing, don't apply. If you see jobs that say LATAM, LATAM, don't apply. Even if it looks enticing, they're only looking for candidates that reside in Latin America. If you see jobs that are not America, don't apply. If you see jobs that say let me see let me think again. Jobs that say remote MEA, that's remote MENA. So MENA means Middle East and Africa, but most times it's very tricky because they might not really hire from Africa. What I'm looking for is it means Middle East and not Africa. Sorry, Middle East and North Africa. So most times that North Africa is even very, very silent because they're only looking for candidates reside in Dubai or in the Middle East. Then if you see jobs that say remote in EMEA, now the chance that you will get this job is, to be fair, 45% out of 100%. Because EMEA means Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Except the company is a fully remote first company. Now I'll explain what that means. But if you see remote EMEA, it means that yes, they can hire Africans and in return hire Nigerians. Now, if you see jobs that say remote worldwide, remote anywhere around the world, in their head, very amazing. Anybody can apply. Nigerians, Africans, anybody. But now the thing is that remote anywhere is very competitive because you are not competing with Kende in your next street. You're competing with Clark from United States, Jeremy from Spain. They are coming to someone from India, Amma from India. So the competition is very, very high. And that's why it's good to have, like I said, a personal brand that will back you up. Your why, which I explained before, that will make you feel like you have value to give. And as well as your LinkedIn that is optimized and your resume that is tailored to the job. And also your interview skills that shows that you can speak and that you know what you're here for. So now that I've talked about the different locations, let's talk about what remote first companies means. Remote first companies are different from just remote companies. Everybody can be remote. In fact, let me give you them. Paystack says they're remote, but they're actually hybrid. Let's see another one. Let me see who else would like to say that are remote. Kuda Bank might say, oh, they work remotely, but they're not a remote first company because they were not built to be remote. Now, remote first company are companies that were built to be remote, that they don't have any HQ. Which means that they don't have any headquarters, right? And the headquarters is probably their company paid retreat. Everybody should come to XYZ region. Let's have fun and let's be for the first time. Most companies like GitLab, Safety Wing, Remote Deal, Fashion IOI, Buffer, Troy, Kit, they have this and DuckDuckGo, they have this process where they have like 4 company paid retreats in a year. Means that every bike quarter or every quarter, all the employees meet at a particular destination. Obviously, it's paid, fully paid trip, by the way. Meaning that you're traveling for free. So fully paid trip, flights, everything sorted out. You come, you see your employees for the first time, you guys have fun, team building, everyone, has fun for like 4 weeks and then go back to work. Now, obviously, most times, even though you get those companies and Nigeria tries to Nigerian you by not giving you a visa, you might miss out on those, bonding activities, which might be unfair. So yeah, those are what I call remote first companies. Companies that were built to be remote. Right from time they were remote, like remote themselves now, or Deal. Deal don't have any office. They don't have any office. The office is like everywhere. Companies like Remote or Oyster, they don't have any office. The office is around the world. Everyone works in their houses. Now, a company that has an office means that they're just remote, they're not remote first. So that's the way to know what remote first company is. So if you're doing your research, ensure that you are targeting remote first company. But in the coming weeks, for those that our users are including remote, we're giving them 100 lists of remote first companies that have from Africa. So ensure you guys to sign up when the community sends you guys the link, because by next week we send our members the list of companies. Now you have known about companies. How can you optimize your LinkedIn? Your LinkedIn should be optimized. And optimized, I mean that first of all, your DP should be a good headshot. Yeah, a headshot, not like a full body picture, a headshot that is visible and people can see your face, and also let's say semi-formal. Then it's very good to also have like a banner, like a background banner, because a background banner brings light to your profile. You can check out my profile, Mariesta Anele on LinkedIn, so you can see what I'm talking about. And then your headline. Your headline, since you guys have virtual assistant, you can be virtual assistant brackets. Probably let's say you were into sales before. You can put sales, and then can I put dash or stroke your why. So your why is basically why did you, or why are you a virtual assistant? What are you here for? So like I said, if I was the one, I'll be like virtual assistant stroke helping busy female business owner regain back that time, get value from their content, as well as optimize their processes. My about session will be very personalized, no AI written, because I want to tell a story. I want people to come to my page and feel relaxed, feel that, oh, this is a human being, this is not like a robotic person. So I'll make sure that I tell a story, talk about why I'm venturing into virtual assistance, my previous background, and my career philosophy. Then the next step I want to do is, show more things in my profile summary. People's profile summary, right? They don't have any description. So, and I see that as I would say, not a red flag, but like a tunnel, because I want to see someone's profile, see where they have worked, and see what they did in their work. So if you don't have any what you did or any description or any probably duties that you did in your role, we might need to add that now. So now I have done that. Like I said, I'll go back to my personal branding approach by posting content. And now I've left LinkedIn. How do you, revamp your resume? Your resume should always be tailored to every job you're applying for. So even if you have an outstanding resume, you can't use one resume to apply for 20 jobs, even if it's the same role, because most descriptions are not the same. Trust me. One description might require you to know how to use ClickUp. The second might not. So probably if your resume doesn't have anything like ClickUp, you might not get called. I think you will notice that in the interview they'll ask you, oh, do you know how to use ClickUp, or do you know how to use Buffer, or what tools you use in creating content. And now, as a virtual assistant, you are expected to be well-rounded and all-rounded. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Meaning that you must be intelligent and smart, and you must be upskilled. So you must also be like keep up to date with trend. Meaning that as a virtual assistant, you know that the core tools that your clients might need is one, someone that knows how to, administrative duties. Secondly, someone that knows social media management because it's virtual, right? Thirdly, someone that knows how to write. Fourthly, someone that knows like I said, bit of sales and marketing. So meaning that you must be well-rounded so that you can able to assist whoever you're assisting well. And I think, yeah, your next thing is cover letter. So for your cover letter, you need to show that instead of writing a generic cover letter, try to build your story. And your letter must be just in one page. Also, by the way, guys, your resume should always be in one page. But if you have 5, 6 years of experience as a virtual assistant, then it can be in 2 page, but never exceed 1 or 2 page. Never, 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 never. So the list and the final thing is cover letter, right? So ensure that your cover letter tells a story, like I mentioned. your first paragraph should be why. Again, why are you applying for this job? You can tell them why. And then your why should also be tied to your research. Okay, I'm applying for XYZ or to be more Adu's assistant because Moadu, I've been a lover. My first movie I watched was a Moadu's film. And I watched it because this. Let's say, basically talk about that. Then the second paragraph should be your past experience. What have you done? What value can you add? So I have over 5 years experience. On my past experience, I've helped clients. Sorry, guys, I had it for. So sorry. I've helped clients streamline their processes and gain back their time. I've worked remotely for over 2 years with clients in the Middle East, in Europe, in US, and I'm able to help them to schedule their meetings, manage their calendars, and also ensure that their processes are optimized and perform excellently well. Then the next paragraph is the last paragraph, which is like your conclusion. Once again, I'm excited to apply for this show, and I look forward to bringing my expertise and incredible tools or incredible skills to the team or to the more adult team. Looking forward to hearing from you. Warm regards, your name. So yeah, that is basically an overview on virtual assistants, how to land your job, and basically how to build a personal brand that sells back and big opportunities to you. You don't even have any questions? Can you guys give me 1 minute, please? Okay. Sorry guys, I had to go freshen up. I was already having like some sore throats. So yeah, do anyone have any question or do anyone have any comments to make? I think I have less than 10 minutes. Okay, no question. Okay. Yeah, okay. Hi Raji. Yeah, you can unmute your mic. That's your question.
Hi, good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Hi.
Good evening, Mimi. Thank you so much for everything. God bless you. Talking about getting remote job like site and where to apply remote jobs from. Like if you
Yeah.
see a job from US, UK, or so like that, you can't. You shouldn't apply since they are only taking people from their place, from their country. Okay, now there are
Yep.
some remote jobs that you see worldwide. But then in the process of applying, when you click to apply, you won't see option of Nigeria. But from their description, it's like anybody can apply. I don't know. I've seen
Mm-hmm.
some job updates like that, and I try applying for some, and then it says they take people from anywhere in the world since it's remote job. But in the process of applying, there is no option of your your country of residence. There's no option of Nigeria. You can only see maybe countries of maybe all this UK, US, Canada, and stuff like that. What would you make of that? Like, since they are saying it's worldwide and anyone can apply, but yet we don't have options of people that
Yeah.
are outside from their country that can apply. Do you get my question?
Yeah, I understand. That's a very good one. So
Okay.
I want to ask, sorry, hi Raji, where did you see that job from? Is it from someone on Twitter that posted it, or you just went on job board?
on a job hunt, like these days, one I saw on is it Remotive or Remote Job? I can't remember. Remotive, yes, is a site where you get jobs.
Promotive. Okay, that's very good. The reason why I asked that was because, like I said before, right, these job boards were not built for us in mind. Like Remotive is owned by Levisio, and Levisio is actually very successful. Like I said, that the OGs of remote job board. Like I said, these people didn't build remote job in mind for Nigerians or Africans or Middle East, because at that time it was only Europeans and US and Canadians that sorry, Canadians and Americans that were actually working remotely. So all the job boards, like jobs were built for them. So they always list jobs that cater to them. And also most remote job board, but remote job hunts, sorry to say, but they lie. And they lie because of the one traction. Because obviously they say that okay, if you put worldwide, that job will go miles. People will apply for the job. People will share a job. People will want to waste that. And then I feel like it's sad because people really waste their time and then they end up not getting them. But they end up getting automatic rejection because obviously the ATS will reject you at first glance. That most times you might apply for a job a minute and then that minute you just see rejection. I'm like, how come? They not even like read my resume, and that because they already saw that you're from Nigeria, and then the system already like automatically rejected you. And that is the reason why when the team, a team at TVAA, so TVAR page. Let me pronounce that right. I'm so sorry. So that's why when the team came and they told me that they want me to speak on this section, I told them this that it's one thing for me to speak, but also one thing for everyone to go out there feeling so confused. And that's why I said, okay, let us give you guys access to the job board where you can actually see inclusive opportunity like jobs that actually hire Nigerians. And then apart from these jobs, we send our subscribers daily emails Wednesday, Friday, and Monday of emails that they can actually code mail of jobs that can go straight to the recruiter's inbox. And as I mentioned that over time we have helped like about 100 job seekers. It's on the platform. Africans, Indians, North Americans, US are actually getting jobs. That because we have solved the problem. We're not looking for traffic. Obviously, I think we have traffic, but we're not looking for traffic before. We're looking for the quality jobs and quality people applying for those jobs. Meaning that we are putting out quality job for people to apply and then the right person to actually get the job. So I would say that also be very, very careful. These days, I think I don't think I've applied for a job this year, even though I'm not looking for a job right now. But okay, last year or when I was looking, I did not even apply. And that because I tell people this when applying for a job because I've gone through job searching and I tell people that I don't know if anyone has looked for a remote job. I think people have, right? But I have every day. I apply for like 10 jobs every day, and I'll get rejection, and I'll still apply. I'll start applying. Like I always doing massive applying, and people will tell you that okay, it's good. Apply for 100, you get one. Let me tell you the truth. Quality is better than quantity. You cannot apply for a job, when we make you decide to apply for one job, you get that one job. That's because you have made your research. You have studied them. I know that if you submit a resume now, they'll call you the next day for the job. So, like I said, quality over quantity, and also be very, very careful around all these people that come and work for free, submit day because there are a lot of job scams. I wish I would have taken you guys on job scams, but the thing's already late. But please beware of job scams, right? Let me just brush on it. Any job that requires you to, pay for something. I'm not saying job order, like any job, any company that requires you to pay for like a document or pay for your work tools, or they give you like a check and say, okay, pay to this check or put your credit card to this check, there is scam. Secondly, any job that asks you for your passport is a scam. Like it's fast, it's automatic scam. Your passport, even your driver license, except it's a government job, all this info are what they call private information. A remote job is not meant to ask you for those kind of information. They're always asking for like number one, your references, like your past employer's record or past employer's email, and then your resume. That's all. They're not going to ask you about, oh, your passport, your driver license, or any document that you have. No, those information, because people actually use your name, your numbers to actually come in for and take like a lot of your money. Like they just swipe your account or they use your account for fraud. Be very, very, very careful when applying for a job. Apply the right way. Be patient. I know sometimes it's very hard to remain patient because you want to get a job. There's people in the net say, oh, they got this job, they got a job by paying them 1 million. Please, I think it's better for you to do things well than rush and then come back and then start crying. Be patient. The right job will come to you when you're patient and they are very strategic. So don't rush the process, because if you rush, you might fall victim to a scam. So does anyone have any question again? Okay, hi, Fayokemi. Ask a question.
Hi, Mary Esther. Thank you so much for the lecture. I learned a lot. Sorry about the other time. I was not able to respond because
Yeah,
of
it's fine.
network issues. Yeah. So I'm back now. Yeah. So you already answered one of my questions actually about the job scam. Thank you so much. But I still have some other questions. And the first one, a lot of people talk about tailoring your resume actually. But I really want to ask, like, how do you tailor your resume? Can you like expatiate on it?
Hmm.
Like, what's the best way to tailor your resume to? Because if you're applying for like different job applications that require different things or different tools, like, what's the best way to tailor your resume for a particular job description?
Okay, this is a very good question. I think you have just helped everybody in this call, right? And because this is something that is a paid service. I won't give it to like my job sourcing clients. But you know what, you guys should tell Kemi, thank you very much. So let me tell you what you should tell her. Whenever or if you have a resume or if you have a client or someone that did a resume for you, ask for your Word format, ask for the document or your Word document. So normally what we do at Cashmere is that we send our clients their PDF and their Word, because it's that Word they are meant to tell us. Now this is what you're going to do. I wish probably there was a screen I can show you guys, but let's just use our mind and just imagine. So let's say you're applying for a job at Moadu's company. And then Moadu's company says they want a probably a bachelor that is passionate, they got to learn, blah, 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 blah. And then you now notice that now if you notice most times these to highlight those words, might highlight virtual assistants, highlight 2 years of experience. They now might say, okay, responsibilities. You must schedule calendar, schedule manage time, know how to create content, know how to write well. They might not say another thing called, they call it qualities, or they call it requirements. Might say must know how to use CapCut, know how to use InShot, must know how to use tools that schedule content like Buffer, Hotspot, must know how to use Notion, must know how to use Google Analytics, must have a knowledge of WordPress. Now, if you notice, most job description would say you or would tell you easily what you should tell you, because they're always in bold. So any job link or any job description that you see that you're seeing bold, 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 like highlighted black, 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 among other words. Now, those are the words that are meant to be tailored in your resume. Now, I'm not saying, and once again, please don't lie, right? Even if you want to, let's say, aspire, if you are aspiring your resume, please go and learn those tools, because they'll ask you. So go and learn these tools. So when they ask you in your interview, you will be confident to answer. So now, when you see those highlighted words, go back to your Word format. Now, what format is that? Don't use your phone to edit your Word format, but actually, displays the format. Use your laptop. Go to WordPress or go to Google Docs. Now, if you see that in your profile summary, they didn't write any years of experience, can I put detailed? Can I edit it to be detailed oriented virtual assistant or innovative and result driven virtual assistant with over 2 years of experience in helping business owners across different time zones in industries like, because I'm applying to Moadu, entertainment, social media, tech, consumer brands or marketing. Full stop. adept in tools or adept in content writing, social media management, and streamlining processes to probably to build value or to help um manage or maybe just round it up, but one that maybe summarize it. Then can I put finally passionate about helping female business owners to save that time and regain back their value. Now, what I've done is that I've added that 2 years plus experience I saw in job description to my headline, to my profile summary. I have checked in one because I said the 8 years has a scoring. Now I have scored 1/10 in what they call keywords. And that most I will tell you keywords. Keywords are very important. So I've scored 1/10 in the keywords. Second keywords now. Let's say I have a section that is tools. And in my tools, there's no Notion in my tools. It probably something like Excel. Use Excel. I'll cancel Excel. I'll put Notion. Let's say now, and that there's PowerPoint. In the job link, there's not PowerPoint. I'll put Slack. Let's say there is Microsoft Word in my resume, but in the job description, there was not Microsoft, there was Google Workspace. I'll move Microsoft Word and put Google Workspace. And what I have done is that I have basically used those tools that was in that job description and transferred it to my resume. I have scored, let's say, 5/10 out of those tools. Now, the next thing I want to tweak is my skills section. I'm not that my skills, I have everything, but I have one thing missing. In the job description, they will say they want someone that knows how to do content writing. I missed it in my skills section. I'll have to go and add it because those are things that they want in their potential candidate. So I mean that at least I fit the idea of what they want. So I put it there. Like I said, please, even if you are aspiring, go and learn before your initial interview. Now, what I've done like 7/10. Now, and that where to tweak, this is the last place tweaking, is your work experience. Work experience now, another thing that I didn't have time to tell you guys about, probably in that section, because this is a very long topic, is that probably I've not worked as a virtual assistant before, right? But I want to feel like I have worked as a virtual assistant. Thing is that all careers are intertwined. That's the biggest cheat code. Meaning that as a HR now, I do work of a customer service because I have to talk to clients, I have to talk to candidates, and I have to be polite, I have to respond to emails. That is part of customer service or part of virtual assistance, if it may be. So probably I'll look at my transferable skills and probably tweak my job title. Let's say probably my previous work experience, I was a customer service rep. I cannot remove the customer service rep and put virtual assistant, or put office manager, or put virtual assistant brackets customer inquiries or customer support close brackets. And then in my duties, I will ensure that I include 2 duties that ties to being a virtual assistant, totally from that job description and also to what I have done before. Let's say that in my previous work, I was getting lazy, guys. In previous work, I did something of handling inquiries. I cannot tweak that thing to be assisted the founder in responding to 30 inquiries daily, ensuring that customer complaints are met 100%, or customers satisfaction rates are met 100%. You see, I have just coined virtual assistant to customer service ago. Now, basically, in summary, what you need to tell your resume are 3 sections. Your profile summary, so 4 sections or 2 sections. I call it 3 sections because your skill section are probably your 2 sections. So your profile summary, your tools, your skills, and your work experience. So does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay. So no question, guys. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. It has been an enlightening session. What? Sorry?
I have a question. Good evening.
Hey. Okay. So can I give me 1 moment? I need to take water so I can just, my throat is kind of dry. But we can ask me your question, I'm with you.
Okay, I want to ask for those of us that have we only do freelancing and maybe for a short period of while for a short period of time, and then your CV is just structured in a way that you just your work experience is just maybe within weeks because I work on Upwork, and so for my resume it's just really short jobs I've done. So I want to ask if I'm applying for a job now, does the client look at it like, oh, this person does not have a long-term experience, this person does not really have she hasn't stayed in a job for like maybe a year plus or so. Does it kind of affect my application? I want to know, and how do I fix this?
To be fair, the honest truth is that most clients can be very picky. They might feel like you won't stay long in with them. So why don't you prolong or calculate those dates? Since you say that you found a job in Upwork, you can just put virtual assistants. Company can be Upwork, then bracket freelance. And then let's say you are working for like 2 years. Can just say September 2020 or September 2023 to present, right? Or April 2023 to present. And then your job description you can say work with clients across time zones like Asia, this did this and so for them. Or if you know the name of the company, that can help. But I think that's like I don't know if Upwork has like a NDA that you don't, they're not talk about the company. So just use Upwork and then just put bracket freelance and then prolong it. And then also because you also want your resume to look buttressed. And that thing is that don't submit an empty resume. By empty, I mean that most your resume can just be like half the page. Trust me, it's a turn off. It's not an internship. But even internship these days are very competitive. They don't even accept people that have what like half the page. They don't accept. So ensure that your resume covers that one page. In fact, that looking for lines, and you can do that by using the right thing, but also by prolonging. Either you prolong your duties or you probably put in your volunteer activities so it can be prolonged and fit into that one page. So, like I said, you can prolong the date so that you don't look like you are an unstable person. You can probably prolong the date and calculate it. Probably if you have worked freelance for 2 years, you can just say this from April to this time present. And then your job description, explain what you did. Worked, you can also don't put I. Never start your verb or your description with I, please guys, or with what like currently, please never. That is a turn off. Start with strong action verb. Something like designed XYZ, oversaw XYZ, collaborated XYZ, spearheaded, assisted. These are action verbs that sound powerful. So anytime you're reading your script, anytime a recruiter or a client is reading your resume, they can easily scream through and get an idea of your core values and what you have done. So does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay. Hi guys. I'm so sorry I can't answer any more questions. I'm already, really like out of breath right now. But if you have any question, we can always have like a session anytime, or you can reach out to me by Instagram or by LinkedIn.
Thank you so much, Maria Esther. And thanks to every single person that's joined this meeting today. We'll make a major announcement in the community, and I really want us to look out for it because what we are announcing is going to help our job search. So thank you so much for this season. Thank you for making our time to be here today. I am grateful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a nice day and waiting for you all. Bye.
It's a good day. It's a good day. No, it's great. Everything I prayed for didn't come in late. I got all I need and I didn't have to wait. Ask me if you love me, you didn't hesitate. Turning all things new, gray sky blue. Yeah, the church say you won't, he do it. I know he's got my back. While I'm singing that, I'm about to have a good day. no matter what you say. Sun is shining down on me. Birds are singing praise. I'm about to have a good day.
Please don't forget to drop your reviews in the group chat. Drop your reviews in the community, please.
Knows me by my name, so it's a good day. Na, 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 na.